What's good, fam? What's up, fam? Teacher Eddie back with another live stream. Today we're doing Mr. T versus Mr. Rogers. These are two men who, man, this brings back childhood memories for me from the 80s, man. Mr. T was one of the biggest, phenomenons in the early 80s, man. Rocky 3, WrestleMania 1, the A-Team, Mr. T was everywhere, pitying all them fools. And, of course, the great Mr. Rogers. I mean, Mr. Rogers was, if there was ever such a thing as, an angel sent to Earth that was, too good for humanity, it was Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers, for me as a kid in the early 80s, was just one of the most positive forces that you could imagine in life. So this one's going to be a whole lot of fun. So I'm going to get my high C going. No drinking tonight, just drinking some fruit punch over here with you, fam. I love doing these live streams. Let's see what we got going on here. I can't wait for him to review Lance Armstrong versus Babe Ruth. That one is definitely on my list. I just got to get through season 1 here. But definitely, I mean, that's just such a one-sided one, though. I mean, Babe Ruth, I don't see how Babe Ruth could lose that one to Lance Armstrong. And not just because he has one nut. Just because, he rides a bike. Okay. Anyway, let's get into this one. Oh, as far as, let's say, I was, the last few, I forget to pick a winner. Oh, Mr. T versus Mr. Rogers. I mean, Mr. T, I loved Mr. T as a kid, but I gotta go Mr. Rogers. You can never go against Mr. Rogers. What kind of animal are you? What kind of self-loathing vegan teacher can you be that you can hate on Mr. Rogers? But are those puppets vegan puppets? Man, that bitch still ain't gotten back to me on debating me. That coward ain't debating me. But anyway, enough of vegan teacher. I wanted to get back to something for something more positive. Posy Bear. I can't wait for Edgar Allan Poe versus Stephen King. You ain't gotta. I did that one 2 months ago. People, I put number 1 in the description of every ERB that I do, except for the live ones like this one. But every other ERB, every single ERB is linked in the description. There is a playlist on my channel that you can go and see, and I usually put cards in all the videos that I do that are recorded, not live like this one. Come on, man. Go and look, man. Go and look on my channel, man. I got playlists and shit. I try to make shit as easy as possible for you people. Come on, man. Do a little work, man. A little bit. Mr. T! Aww. All right, this motherfucker looks so familiar. Who is this? Come on, help me out here, man. I'm trying to place that face. I love your video. I love you too. Drop X Dead 95. Yeah, you gotta help me out. I know this is somebody. I just don't know who it is. But look at Mr. Rogers, man. Mr. Rogers is so wholesome with the sweater and hello neighbors, changing his shoes, being hey, mind if I hang out with you guys today in a non-creepy way? How could you hate on Mr. Rogers, man?
I pity the fool who tries to step the club a lane. Call me B.A. Biceps, cause I crush a whole gang. Bring Tuesday, Friday, and Lil Trolley the train. And watch me dip their ass in gold and wear them like my neck chain. Sucker, I choke you with your own sweater sleeves. You couldn't even beat me in the land of make-believe. I will Mr. T-bag you in the closest cemetery. Nobody's gonna miss you, cause all your friends imaginary.
Oh, damn. All right, let's break this down. All right, so at the beginning, Mr. T starts with his catchphrase. So Mr. T's big catchphrase was, I pity the fool. And of course, he would say things like, sucker, punk. And of course, the best line ever from Mr. T is in Rocky 3, when the reporter asks him, so what's your prediction for your fight against Rocky Balboa? And he just looks at him, and he looks at the camera and said, prediction? Pain. Just pain. And they'll, hey woman, when he tries to mack Rocky's wife. Yes, I pity the fool. I pity the fool who's trying to come after Mr. T. What's wrong with you, sucker?
Pity the fool who tries to step the club.
Who tries to step the Clubber Lang. So Clubber Lang was Mr. T's character's name in Rocky 3. I mean, look, I love the Rocky movies. Rocky 1, a lot of people forget how great that movie was. We were just talking about like a few, like the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Like people forget because later on it just became, you know, Freddy being a more comical type character with the catchphrases and the punchlines. But the first Nightmare on Elm Street was legit like a great horror movie. There were no puns and anything like that. That movie was legit scary. Same thing with the first Rambo movie, First Blood. That was an amazing movie, but then it turned into like this over-the-top action hero type thing. But it's the same thing with Rocky. Most people forget the first Rocky movie won the Academy Award for Best Picture. It beat out Taxi Driver, one of the greatest movies of all time, deservedly so. Rocky 1 is a classic movie, amazing movie. Rocky 3 is probably the most fun of the movies. And Mr. T's character's name in that movie is Clubber Lang. Clubber Lang beats Rocky Balboa, actually, in their first fight.
Call me B.A. Biceps, cause I crush a whole...
Call me B.A. Biceps. So, Mr. T's character in The A-Team, which was an amazing show back in the 80s. For those who don't know, the A-Team was a grouping of these mercenaries who were sent to jail for crimes they did not commit. And upon escaping, they're on the run. So if you have a problem, if you can't handle it, get the A-Team. So they would basically like travel from place to place. There are a lot of those TV shows like in the 70s, 80s about the dudes or the dude, you know, going from place to place, roaming the earth, fixing problems. You had Highway to Heaven. You had The Incredible Hulk. You had all these TV shows about Kung Fu was another one with David Carradine. So, and A-Team was the same thing. So they would travel from place to place, this group of, you know, mercenaries, military men, and Mr. T played B.A. Baracus. Now, he tried to say that the B.A. stood for badass, but it actually stood for his name. I just don't remember, like, his actual name, but it was just initials for his name. But he would try to tell people it was badass. So when he's saying, call me B.A. Biceps. So, of course, like, dude is fit. Dude is jacked here, but not as big as Mr. T was back in the 80s, man. So he's calling him B.A. Biceps because Mr. T had some big-ass biceps. And he's like, you know, big-ass biceps, B.A. Biceps. But, of course, B.A. Baracus, badass biceps. Take your choice.
B.A. Biceps, because I crush a whole gang. Bring Tuesday, Friday, and Lil Trolley the train.
So he's saying, I'll crush your whole gang. Bring Tuesday, bring Friday, bring Trolley the train. So Tuesday and Friday were puppets in the land of make-believe, and Mr. Rogers would actually work the puppets, and then he had Trolley the Train and various other characters in the land of make-believe. So he's saying, bring your whole gang. I pity all them puppets.
And watch me dip their ass in gold and wear them like my neck chain.
So yeah, that was Mr. T's like big trademark or shtick were the gold chain, son. Man, yo, He had gold chains coming out the ass. He was constantly with the gold chains, man. So yeah, I don't know why, but hey, it was his trademark. Like Flavor Flav always had the big ass clock around his neck. Why? Why not?
Sucker, I choke you with your own sweater sleeves.
I choke you with your own sweater sleeves. So yeah, Mr. Rogers, whenever he would start his show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, he would always come through the door. He'd say like, "Hello, neighbor," and then he would change, right? He would take off his dress shoes and he would put on sneakers. He'd take off his coat or jacket, whatever it is, and put on the sweater. So he's basically doing the intro to the show. So he's saying, "Yo, man, I'm gonna take them sweater sleeves, sucker! I'm gonna take them sleeves. I'm gonna choke them with you."
You couldn't even beat me in the land of make-believe.
Damn, son. You couldn't beat me in the land of make-believe. Yo, let me take a swig from Mr. T here. Sweet tea. He's like, you couldn't even beat me in make-believe land, son. That's like Muhammad Ali used to say back in the day. He's like, yo, son, even if you beat me in your dreams, you better wake up and apologize. What you talking about here, man? You ain't beating me, punk.
Punk, I will Mr. Teabag you in the closest cemetery.
I will Mr. Teabag you. So, of course, teabagging, for those who don't know, dipping your balls in somebody's mouth. So, of course, he's playing off his own name, Mr. Teabag you, in the closest cemetery. That ain't right, dog, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't do Mr. Rogers like that. That ain't right.
Terry, nobody's gonna miss you, cause all your friends imagine.
That's a pretty good closing line there. Nobody's gonna miss you because all your friends are imaginary. So referring to, again, a lot of the show. I mean, he did have characters. Like, the weirdest one was the mailman, because the mailman was named Mr. McFeely. And that was kind of fucking weird. I will say that. Mr. McFeely on a kid's show. I don't know about that. But yeah, he's saying like most of your friends are imaginary.
Hi there, neighbor. I hope you don't mind if I change my shoes. I'll be rocking sneakers till this battle's over, so I don't get blood from your ugly face on my panty loafers. I like you just the way you are, one in a million, but it looks like the barber gave your head a Brazilian. I'll pay your neck, Mr. Gold Chains, you got too many. The only gold I keep is on the shelf in my Annie's. I teach a whole world full of children, I can tell. You call yourself T, cause you're too dumb to spell.
Oh, god damn, Number one, Mr. Rogers bringing the heat. Number two, did you see that breakdance by Mr. Rogers? Mr. Rogers was breakdancing like an OG, son. Like he was back in the Bronx in like 1981 at a Curtis Blow concert. He was breakdancing. And plus he got the flow. He's just like, yeah, whatever, man. Yeah, so you want to battle me? That's cool. Hold on, let me just change my clothes. I don't want to get blood all over myself. Like he's so fucking confident and calm. I love it. So let's break down his first verse here. Nobody's gonna miss you. Your friends is imaginary.
Hi there, neighbor.
Hi there, neighbor. So that's how we would start a show.
I hope you don't mind if I change my shoes. I'll be rocking sneakers.
And I love the little like I can picture Mr. Rogers like that. Yeah. Singing that Usher song, I still can't remember. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah, let me change my clothes. Because, again, he would change his clothes. He would change his shoes. He would put on the sweater. And he's like, you mind if I change my clothes first?
Till this battle's over, so I don't get blood from your ugly face on my panty loafers.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. He wore penny loafers. Every show. But, yeah, seriously, man. He's like, yeah. Mind if I just change these clothes first? Because I don't want to get like your blood on him and shit. Like when you get into a fight with somebody, whether it's a dude, a woman, don't matter. If like you're all hyped up, like, yeah, sucker, let's go, man. What you got, son? And they're like, all right. Hold on one second. Let me just take my coat off because I don't want to get your blood on it and everything and stain myself as I bludgeon you almost to death. Like if they remain all calm, cool, and collected, you better turn into like, you know what, man? It's cool, man. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm just gonna walk away right now because you're giving off serial killer vibes here, son.
I like you just the way you are, 1 in a million.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers would always say that Mr. Rogers was just such a wholesome person. I mean, seriously, if anyone deserves to be sainted, it's Mr. Rogers. And he would say that, you know, I just love y'all just the way you are. You're 1 in a million. But then he does go in on Mr. T's looks, though.
But it looks like the barber gave your head a Brazilian. I pity your neck, Mr. Gold.
Look at that. Look at the moves. But he's saying, yeah, I'll pity it because your head looks like you got a Brazilian wax. Just left you that little strip of pubic hair down the side. Because Mr. T was, of course, famous for having the mohawk. And he's saying, I pity your neck, Mr. Gold Chains. So he's using Mr. T's lines against him.
Chains, you got too many. The only gold I keep is on the shelf in Miami.
Damn, see? Now that's fire right there. That's fire. He said, man, look, man, that's cool. You got all that gold there? That's cool, man. I think it's a little over the top because, you know, the only gold I got is the gold that's presented to me for all my achievements because I don't have to go out and buy my own gold. I just got all these Emmys, bitch, displayed on my shelf because I'm secure enough in my own self not to have to show off how amazing I am. That's deep, son. Deep.
I teach a whole world full of children, I can tell. You call yourself T because you're too dumb to spell.
Damn, son. Damn. So, of course, yes. I mean, Mr. Rogers influenced millions of children, and not just children, adults around the world. Not just with his show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, but everything he did in his life, the philanthropy, his testimony before Congress, which is one of the most eloquent, well thought out presentations you will ever hear. I mean, his speech to Congress was just absolute to Senate was absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen it, definitely please watch it. And then he calls out Mr. T. He's like, yeah, you got to call yourself Mr. T because you're too dumb to spell. And that was a big trope about Mr. T back in the day, back in the 80s. Eddie Murphy very famously did a bit on Mr. T in 1987's Raw. So his first stand-up special was called Delirious, which came out either 81 or 82, and it was groundbreaking. But he made fun of Mr. T and Michael Jackson and a few other people in that video. And he talked about how, like, you know, I ain't scared of Michael Jackson, but I was a little worried about Mr. T. But you know what? I watched that show, The A-Team, and yeah, Mr. T didn't seem that smart. So yeah, that was a big thing. Like, people make fun of Mr. T back in it because they're like, dude doesn't seem too smart.
Who you call a dumb fool? Mr. T only needs 1 letter. Hello? It's for you. Bill Cosby wants his sweater.
Oh, damn. Now, that's a line that definitely ain't aged well. So Bill Cosby, of course, during the Cosby Show, Bill Cosby's whole comedy career, for the most part, was based on this almost fatherly vibe. It felt like your dad was telling you stories, and he would dress accordingly. He would dress like a dad, but on the Cosby Show, which in the 80s was one of the biggest shows, and still is, you know, even with his reputation, you know, still not as, you know, celebrated, of course, but he would wear those awful looking sweaters, and they began to be called Cosby sweaters. Like, he replaced from dad sweater to Cosby sweater, son. And I had a friend, Rob, he would wear Cosby sweaters all the time. I'd be, son, man, especially when that controversy broke out, when Hannibal Buress called out Cosby. I was like, son, you better burn all them fucking Cosby sweaters you got, son. But yeah, he's like, yeah, Bill Cosby wants his sweater back. He also did one on SNL with Mr. Robinson. Yeah, but Eddie Murphy, Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood was the shit. Hi, boys and girls. This how you answer a door in my neighborhood. Who is it? Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood was the shit, man.
You're a 40-year-old virgin in a dumpy-ass house. I get Hannibal, Murdoch, hand-face to stomp you out. The only pussycat you ever seen is on Henrietta.
Damn.
What's a sweater? You're a 40-year-old virgin.
Trying to call him a foot. And I love as he's insulting him. Look at Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers dancing like, You see all these fucks? Oh, you don't see them? Yeah, because I got none to give. He's calling him a 40-year-old virgin, reference to the movie with Steve Carell. Still, I consider it to be the best comedy of like the last 25 years, but only the unrated version. You got to see the unrated version.
In a dumpy ass house, I get Hannibal, Murdoch, and Face to stomp you out.
Yeah, so Hannibal, Murdoch, and Face were the other characters on the show The A-Team. Hannibal was basically like the leader of the group.
The only pussycat you ever seen is on Henrietta.
Man, that ain't right, man. Why you calling out Henrietta like that? He trying to say 40-year-old virgin and the only pussy you seen is on that cat Henrietta? Sucker!
Sucker! Hey, your Mr. McFeely delivers a lot more than letters.
Oh, shit. He called him out on it. Oh, fuck. I was hoping, man. I was hoping. Oh, man.
Sucker! Hey, your Mr. McFeely delivers a...
Yeah, Mr. McFeely the mailman. So he's trying to insinuate then, McFeely be delivering more than mail. He'd be delivering that D to Mr. Rogers. He'd be delivery, sir. Yeah, McFeely definitely, yeah.
A lot more than letters. So before you come to battle with your PBS crap, how about I call up CPS about them kids on your lap, fool?
Damn, that's enough, fool. He's saying, yo, before you come at me with that PBS crap. So PBS was public broadcasting. What was the S stand for? Public Broadcasting Service. And that was when Mr. Rogers testified for PBS and for the education of children and everything else. So, of course, then famously, Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers, all those shows were on PBS. So he's using the play on the acronym PBS and saying, how about instead of PBS, I call CPS? So CPS stands for Child Protective Services. So he's saying, man, all them kids you got sitting on your lap, I think I should call Child Protective Services. So he calling them gay and a pedophile.
Watch what you say. Kids love me more than lunch. I'm not the one with my face on some whack-ass Captain Crunch.
Oh, shit! How's yeah, son? Thank you, Mr. Rogers.
Kids love me more than lunch. I'm not the one with my face on some whack-ass Captain.
Yes. So, in the 80s, there were a plethora of serials based on TV characters, cartoons, like all that stuff, right? Like you had Mr. T cereal, and you can famously still see Mr. T cereal if you watch Pee-wee's Great Adventure with Pee-wee Herman from 1985, I think it came out. When he's making breakfast in the morning, he puts Mr. T cereal on his pancakes. I don't know why. But I did get the Mr. T cereal, but the thing was, it was just Captain Crunch, but instead of having the little shoulder things, it was just T's, right? But there was so many other cereals. There was like Super Mario Brothers cereal, Pac-Man cereal, all these video game cereals, all the cartoon cereals, Ghostbusters, and all that stuff. But they were all Captain Crunch, though. They were just Captain Crunch with like, T for Mr. T. The Super Mario Brothers ones had little shapes like a Mario, but they were all Captain Crunch.
Crunch, when my plan comes together, you won't even see it coming. I'll chop you into 4 black dudes and I'll remake Cool Runnings.
I think I just had the same reaction Mr. T had. Hold on one second. Hold on. Oh, shit. Yeah, there we go. Kids love me more than lunch, because you know what? Kids do love lunch, but they love Mr. Rogers more.
I'm not the one.
Yes, the Batman 1989 cereal, exactly. It was like a little bit, but it was all Captain Crunch, though.
With my face on some whack-ass Captain Crunch. When my plan comes together, you won't even see it coming. I'll chop you into 4 black dudes and I'll remake Cool Runnings.
Yeah, I got the same reaction Mr. T does. I was like, God damn, man, really? So Cool Runnings was a movie from, I believe, 1993. I think came out like a year or two before John Candy died. So it was based on a true story of the Jamaican bobsled team, which was like, wait, Jamaica has a bobsled team? Yeah, no, they didn't until 4 dudes were like, man, We gonna bobsled. So, yeah, John Candy plays the coach in that movie, and it is 4 black dudes from Jamaica who decide they're going to train and compete in the Olympics in the bobsled. And Mr. Rogers is like, I'm going to chop you into 4 black dudes because he's big enough, and we're going to remake Cool Runnings. And Mr. T was like, huh? Which is kind of like going towards that trope, like I said before. Not the smartest dude in the room. Unpopular opinion, Captain Crunch is not a top cereals. I'm sorry, Jonathan Slade. Captain Crunch is the top cereal. Stop it.
You won't even see it coming.
And I love him just
I'll chop you into
dancing.
4 black dudes
He's
and
like,
I'll remake Cool
yeah.
Runnings. I'll say this once, Lawrence. I hope it's understood. Get right back in your van. Get the fuck out of.
Oh, fuck. Yo. I gotta pull one out because Mr. T just got murdered. There you go, pouring that one out for Mr. T because he just got murked. Wow. I'll say this once, Lawrence. Like, that is the way you talk to somebody when you got zero respect for a motherfucker. When you call them by their first name with that tone in your voice, that is like a combination of bitch, please, fuck out of here, you ain't shit, man, you ain't even worth my time. Like, all that shit combined, and all you did was just say their first name. But it's the way you say that name, or as a teacher, that's how you act with a kid, that you want to be like, yo, man, you need to fall back right now, son. You need to fall back. When you be like, excuse me, Clarence. Like, sir, he used this Christian name, and he said, hey, Lawrence. See, that's the same way I feel about Lawrence Fishburne. Because Lawrence Fishburne, back in the day, when he was playing like tough guy roles, like in Deep Cover or King of New York, he was going by Larry Fishburne. But then he wanted to up himself and be like, I'm a serious actor. I do Shakespeare. Call me Lawrence from now on. I lost all respect for Lawrence Fishburne after that. He's still Larry Fishburne to me. But, yeah, I'll say this one time. Lawrence. That's a verbal bitch slap right there.
This once, Lawrence. I hope it's understood. Get right back in your van.
Yeah, I hope it's understood. Get right back in your van. So that's referring to the A-Team van. The A-Team would travel in this dope-ass black van. Get right back in your van. And I love Mr. McFeely still in the background. Yeah, Stephen Hawking in the background. Yeah, I caught that.
And get the fuck out of my name.
And get the fuck out of my neighborhood. And look at Mr. McFeely in the back. He got the baseball bat. He's like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas, son. Damn. And look at him eyes, man. Look at him eyes. Yo. Like that, I don't expect that from Mr. Rogers, man.
Once, Lawrence. I hope it's understood.
Yeah, I already mentioned Stephen Hawking. Yeah, I saw it, fam.
Get right back in your van. Get the fuck out of my neighborhood.
Hey, yeah!
Oh, that was straight murder, son. Yo, I understand Mr. T had some good ass lines, but Mr. Rogers came with the straight murder. Like, you gotta call yourself Mr. T because you too dumb to spell. And the calm demeanor about himself, the breakdancing was awesome. I love the flow, but that last little coda there.
Been to 4 black dudes and I'll
Right
remake
here.
Cool Runnings. I'll say this once.
I'll say this once, Lawrence, like right from here. This is the headshot right here. It's like back and to the left. Back and to the left.
Lawrence. I hope it's understood. Get right back in your van. Get the fuck out of my neighborhood.
Hey, yeah!
That's an easy one, man. Mr. Rogers, hands down. That was straight. That was murder, son. Like, seriously, man. Thank God Mr. Rogers is dead. He can't be tried for that murder rap. Because he definitely would have got it, man. that's got to be at least like second degree murder. If not, but I think that's murder in the first right there, man. That's first degree murder right there. Mr. T don't know what it's like to fight people who hit back. Well, that ain't true, man. Mr. T was in WrestleMania 1, man. What you talking about? Then he had a rematch with the Hot Rod, Roddy Piper, one of the greatest of all time. Don't miss on Mr. T just because he, like in the 90s and on, he got a little crazy, man. For my wrestling fans out there, if y'all remember his speech at the Hall of Fame induction at WWE, you know what I'm talking about. They had to bring Kane out on stage to be like, motherfucker, you're done. He's like, I ain't done yet. No. I mean, you're done. Let's see. I give it to Mr. Rogers for casually getting dressed while Mr. T's rapping. Then opening with hi there. Yeah, exactly, man. Will you be in VC after this? Unfortunately, no, I will not. That was a massacre. I agree. Clarence parents had a real good marriage. Good on you, Blind Angel. I like that. Captain Crunch will tear your mouth to shreds if you eat it while you're high. Yeah, but you know what? That's like a little rough sex, man. It's like it hurts, but it hurts you in that good way. You know what I mean? Like the captain's like, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, but don't forget, I love you. I'm bringing you all this pleasure all up in your mouth. And yeah, you may get a gash here, a little cut there. It may hurt a little bit, but you know you want it. That's what Captain Crunch is, man. It's the BDSM of cereals. Let's see what else. Superbad and Pineapple Express are my favorites. I like Pineapple Express. It was a great movie. Superbad is a classic, but again, just like with 40-year-old version, you got to get the unrated version. Let me see. His change was from his days as a bouncer to took what people forgot at the bar and wear it. Okay, makes sense. Those gold chains might give someone neck pain. Well, yeah, but have you seen Mr. T's neck back in the day? Night Angel. Yo, Eddie, finally able to catch you live. Well, I am happy. Super Surge, Mr. T was swole. You damn right Mr. T was swole in the 80s, man. Mr. T was a beast. All right, let's see what else. When someone as nice and good as Mr. Rogers gives you that look at the end and tells you softly, get the fuck out of my neighborhood, you better get the fuck. I agree, the boggle. Like 100%, man. Like I said, when a motherfucker is that calm, whoo. There's a lot more We Scheme you should check out. Nah, I'm good, son. All the best of luck to We Scheme, but I'm good. Any idea when you'll be in VC in the future, or are you just really busy? I pop into VC a lot, but there's no like time or anything like that. It's it just kind of like whenever I feel like it, because my day is, I have a plan for every day, but it's like I just do stuff whenever I feel like it, because I don't like to do what I'm told, especially if it's myself telling me to do it, if that makes sense. Let's see. Everyone is just stunting. Okay. Have you ever seen Internet Historians videos? Yeah, I do Internet Historian videos. When will you check out more of that other rap channel you checked out with NF? Gotta be more specific, man. Best ERB React channel. I appreciate that. You like how I came up? I was thinking, because what I do is not a reaction, really. But then again, whatever, most people do on YouTube, I don't consider a reaction. It's more of just a watch along. You're just watching along with people, because a lot of times they're just sitting there like, like they don't really add anything. That's not a reaction. That's a watch along. Some people do react, but they be going wild on that shit. Like, they be jumping out their chairs and shit and walking out of rooms. That's a little much. So because I do breakdowns, it just kind of came to me tonight. Why don't I just call what I do ER breakdowns? Get it? Get it? Jacob would be so pissed right now. Dad, don't explain it. Don't explain it, Dad. ERB, but then the B is breakdown. Get it? Get it? Jacob would like fuck me up right now for doing that. But anyway, you got to follow a Prohibition video with Al Capone and Blackbeard. Look, I'm going to do all the ERBs. I've said that. I'm just like thinking like, what the hell do I do when I'm done with all the ERBs? Like, that's my big fear. They're going to come when they come. I mean, you know, when am I going to do it? I have no idea, because kind of like I said, I don't plan shit. I don't plan my videos. I don't plan what I'm going to say in my videos. I don't do research for my videos. And I don't even choose my videos until like I sit down and then I just look at the ERBs, like all of them. And I'm like, all right, I'll do that one. You know, it's just like whatever hits my eye at the time. Yeah, dad jokes. Exactly. Let's say, I don't know if you've seen it, but as a superhero fan, I think you may like Superpower Beatdown. They have Batman versus Darth Vader. I've seen that, yes, and it was amazing. Freshly, is it Freshly or Freshy? Isn't it Freshy Canal? Yeah, okay, Freshy Canal, yeah, NF and Billie Eilish, now I remember. Yeah, I'll do some more of their stuff. Yeah, you're right, I should. Are your internet historian vids not on YouTube? Yeah, they're on YouTube. Okay. But yeah, you're right. It's been a minute since, because I only did that one Freshy Canal breakdown. You're right. I should do some more Freshy Canal stuff. Because yeah, they definitely had good stuff on there. Yeah, I did Billie Eilish versus NF. Yeah, that's the only one I've done so far. Yeah, I just don't get, are your internet historian vids not on YouTube? Yeah, they're on YouTube. Man, like I said, I got playlists. I got playlists for ERBs. I got playlists for my, history through music reactions. I got a playlist for my teacher reactions. I got a playlist for my history reactions. Like, man, you kids just, I ain't got no place else to say it. But look, I'm an old man, so I could say it. Goddamn kids, some of you are way too lazy, man. Way too lazy. Like, when I find a channel that I like I go to their channel and see what's up, man. Like, what kind of playlists they got and shit. You know, I go through their videos. I go through their playlist channel. Like, come on, man. Jaws versus the Loch Ness Monster. That's an interesting one. Freshy Canal with the Very Hungry Caterpillar versus Kirby. Nah, I ain't doing that one. Yeah. All right. I see all your requests and everything. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get to it when I get to it. But yeah, I'll definitely check out Freshy Canal. All right. So I won't waste any more of your time. I want to thank everybody as always for all the support. Thank you so much. Again, if you'd like to support me, links are in the description. I appreciate all the support. Are you gonna do Lance Armstrong versus Babe Ruth? I already answered that like 3 times. Yeah, it's like when you ask your kid to find their shoes and it's right in front of them, and then it ends up being a 30-minute yelling match. Was really glad to have an ERB break up all the vegan teacher in my YouTube recommendations. Like, I don't want to watch this lady. Yeah. I don't want to watch her either, but look, man, that bitch needs to be put in a place, man. Like I'm saying, man, she needs to be put in a place, and she got that ether from me yesterday. She don't know who the fuck she dealing with, man. I'm not here to be like everybody else and just, badmouth her and lampoon her and do all that stuff, man. I'm just using logic. I'm being unemotional about it. I'm not flying off the handle because she said I should have my son taken away. I'm just coming at it with straight logic, like a real debate, man. So yeah, she got that ether yesterday. I don't think she wants any more of the smoke. So I think that may be it for vegan Karen. And yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna respond to her. Period. Because I know she's a coward. But any case, have a nice night, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Appreciate the support. Check out the links in the description for the Discord for the podcast and ways you can support me, whether through donations, Patreon, and all that stuff. I've been Teacher Eddie, and you know what it is. I'll see you next time. Fam! And as always, shining out the Patreons who keep things running here, starting with the Chancellors, Elena G, Nazvan. Oh, hell no. I had to come back. Yo, son, who said that shit? Digital Man. I'm here to support the channel and let everyone know Eddie is a closet believer. Man, them's fighting words. We squaring up, son. Yo, the digital man, we ever meet, we squaring up. I promise you we squaring up, man. Them's fighting words. Anyway, see you next time. And as always, shining out the Patreons who keep things running here, starting with the Chancellors, Elena G, Nazvanyu, Douglas C, KP, the Hollow King, the Principals, Aaron Shepard, Addison, Clement, Vijandra, Rachel, Alex, King Panda, Freeman, Moody Kakati, Nathan, Chad, Chris Debago, Sophia, Robin, Lord Gandalf, Luna, Harry, Robin, and Blue Tech, and of course, Rasmus. I've been Teacher Eddie, and I'll catch you next time.